A child sex abuse scandal is rocking one major university.
Your responsibility as a person, not a football coach, is to protect the child.
A place known for destructive tornadoes is cleaning up from something else.
Having an earthquake right now. Our lights shaking quite a bit here.
They've just learned to walk. Now parents can find out which sports their kids will excel in college. Your independent news network starts right now. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Mickle. Welcome to INN News. We begin with accusations of a child sex scandal cover-up. As a result, 2 people have stepped down at Penn State. Police arrested former assistant football coach Jerry Sandusky over the weekend. He's accused of abusing 8 boys from 1994 to 2009. Head coach Joe Paterno says he was told in 2002 about a reported inappropriate incident involving Sandusky at a Penn State locker room shower. Paterno alerted the school's athletic director. That athletic director and another school official stepped down late last night. A Washington Post columnist says if Sandusky is convicted, Paterno should go.
Joe Paterno, if this is true, should step down from the university. Your responsibility as a person, not a football coach, is to protect the child.
Sandusky's attorney says the allegations have been tough on his client, who says he's innocent.
Jerry's very, very depressed. The knowledge that regardless of whether he eventually proves his guilt or innocence, that people are going to think that he did this stuff.
Paterno says if the allegations are true, then everyone was fooled by Sandusky, and he grieves for the victims and their families. While the process of choosing a new prime minister is underway in Greece, George Papandreou has agreed to step down after a meeting with the Greek president and the leader of the main opposition party. Mr. Papandreou is leaving on the condition that lawmakers approve the controversial $180 billion EU bailout deal for Greece. In Nicaragua, incumbent President Daniel Ortega is poised to win a 3rd term after Sunday's elections. He's ran for the 6th time despite a constitutional ruling that bars presidents from being re-elected. Mr. Ortega was first elected back in 1985. Japan's Emperor Akito is in the hospital. He and his wife arrived at the University of Tokyo Hospital Sunday night. The emperor is suffering from bronchitis that's been complicated by a persistent fever. Doctors say the hospital stay is just precautionary. Emperor Akito is 77 years old. Janet Jackson canceled her concert at the Sydney Opera House last night, just 1 hour before showtime. Fans were already at the Opera House when word got out. Jackson is reportedly having vocal cord problems. She has one last concert scheduled in Sydney tomorrow night. Muslims around the world are celebrating Eid al-Adha, or Festival of Sacrifice. It's one of the most important holy times in Islam, marking Abraham's willingness to sacrifice his own son to submit to his God. Muslims in Moscow are seen here celebrating during below freezing temperatures. And that's your Global News Now. People in Tornado Alley are cleaning up from another kind of disaster, an earthquake. It hit just before midnight Saturday night in Oklahoma. The 5-point magnitude quake caused damage to homes around Tulsa, knocking down roofs and loosening bricks.
Having an earthquake right now. Our lights shaking quite a bit here. It is now calming down as another earthquake has just hit. I still hear a few lights rattling here in our studio. And we still have our, if you can see our Duratran back here, I don't know if you can see it behind us, still shaking here in Oklahoma City. We do not know the epicenter as it just now happened.
He grabbed a gun and thought there was, I don't know, he thought there was an explosion or some kind of attack, or I'm not sure what he thought.
The Saturday night quake hit the same area where a 4.7 magnitude tremor struck hours earlier. The strongest earthquake in the state up until now was in April of 1952. Saturday was the 2-year anniversary of the massacre at Fort Hood, Texas. 12 people were killed, dozens others hurt. Survivor Chief Warrant Officer Christopher Royal is running through his home state of Alabama. He's raising awareness and money for his fellow survivors. Morgan Hightower from our Montgomery affiliate WNCF catches up with him.
I was very nervous, very scared and afraid, not knowing what was going on.
Captain Stephanie Royal remembers the moment she found out her husband was a victim in the shooting rampage at Fort Hood.
Rang out about 15 shots at me. I was able to flee behind a vehicle, and he shot me through the vehicle.
CW3 Christopher Royal was shot twice in the back, but he considers himself lucky. 13 people were killed that day, 31 others injured. Now, 2 years after the tragic event, Royal and his wife have formed 32 Still Standing, a foundation to aid the survivors of the massacre.
It's a dream that he had, and he gave it to me, and we're running with it.
They're literally running with it. Royal hit the pavement today in his hometown of Eclectic to raise awareness and support for their foundation. We caught up with him here in Wetumpka, just 14 miles shy of his final destination, the state capital.
Being from Alabama, I've been taught that when you find something broken, you fix it. So that's what the 32 Still Standing is trying to do. We're just trying to take care of each other.
Royal's running to raise funds to help with anything from victims' medical bills to scholarships for their children. Wherever there is a need, they want to fill it.
We plan to be a Red Cross. 32 Still Standing, plan to be another Red Cross.
As for Stephanie, who remembers November 5th all too well, the anniversary won't be a time to remember the fear, but to celebrate all the survivors who are still standing.
This was the chance to actually do it, something that kind of pushed you over the edge to, you've been thinking about it, talking about it, just do it. So we're just doing it now.
Morgan Hightower reporting for INN News.
Now, as the foundation grows, Royal says he hopes to run through all the states where soldiers were affected so no victim is forgotten. To donate to his organization, you can go to 32stillstanding.org. In Your Vote 2012, just one more year to go. On November 6, 2012, we will finally cast our votes for President of the United States. It's been a year already since some of the campaigns began. Right now, for Republicans, Herman Cain leads most polls, with Mitt Romney running close behind. No one has stepped up to challenge the president for the Democratic nomination. The U.S. Capitol Christmas tree is on the move. It's now making its cross-country journey from Northern California to Washington. And for the first time, a tree from the Stanislaus County Forest will sit on the west lawn of the Capitol.
It's a great honor. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's something that hasn't been done ever on the Stanislaus. Only the fourth time that California's had the tree. So it's huge. We're over the top excited about it.
We honored and blessed this tree in the area, and we're just glad to be able to share it with the people.
The tree will go on a 2-week-long journey, parading across California, stopping off in several states before heading to D.C. Well, Lindsay Lohan is a free woman again after serving 5 hours. Yes, I said 5 hours in jail. The actress was to serve a 30-day sentence for violating her probation, but was released early due to jail overcrowding. Coming up next, Mark Zuckerberg heading back to Harvard, but he won't be cracking open any books. Plus, one airline's efforts down under to get people back in the air. And possibly predicting your child's athletic future with a genetic test. These stories and much more still ahead on INN.